Yeah.
So Nazareth, huh?
Where? Baby.
Where?
Nazareth.
Right on Main Street. You didn't know?
I did. We're serving it hot. Extra meat vibes straight from the spot. Lehigh
like,
Valley to
now?
the world we roam. Food talk fire, yeah, we bring it home from cheesesteaks to that secret sauce. We slice, we dice, we never get lost. Sizzle in the pan, flavor in the street. Where culture and kitchen always meet. Oh, extra meat.
God. Shut up already. Welcome to the Extra Me Podcast. We are here today in the Lehigh Valley. We're going to first talk about our sponsor a little bit, and then I'm going to let you know who we're here with.
Let's go. We're over here with Easy Micro Studios. Easy Micro IT Solutions. Need IT service? Give them a call. They're good people. They'll take care of you. They'll take it to make it right. Nothing to worry about. Let's go. Freeze.
They take care of us with this beautiful room,
Easy,
I can tell you that much.
Easy Micro Studios. Absolutely beautiful place here.
I love it here.
We want to thank them for allowing us to use it.
Even though, I guess, by now they'll have seen the last episode where we didn't record here. It looks very different.
You weren't supposed to say that on
They already saw it by now. Yeah. Today's guest opened a business within the last year in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It's been the buzz of many foodie circles. He has a cheesesteak that some people are saying is quite possibly the best around, but he also has many other fun and creative items. He's a culinary school graduate, and honestly, that's all I know about him, which is why I'm so excited he's here today. Cody Daly from Cody's Eats.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. Really excited to be here.
Good to have you, man. Good to have you.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really pumped. And I want to say, so the real reason that I'm super excited, and I'm sure you're both going to agree with me, and you can say so for yourselves afterwards, but the reason I'm so excited is so online, whether people realize they're doing it or not, I'm sure they don't even realize it, but they create like a division between business owners that it's like an unspoken kind of thing, but it's like if this person's the best, no, this person's the best, rah, 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 and then like, people are fighting and stuff. I am excited to show that doesn't translate to the owners of the businesses. Like we're here, like you guys are not going to like fist fight for supremacy. There's not one cheesesteak reigns supreme kind of thing. It's, we're just out here, at least in my eyes, trying to support each other.
Well, I mean, as you mentioned, was one of my ideas to bring Cody onto the show here with us. Mentioned it to Chuck. Listen, we got to work together. We're a small community here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Family business is running. We don't. I mean, I don't think anybody in the right mind or business aspect who's trying to do this, especially in the Lehigh Valley, is out to cutthroat and fight each other. I mean, we try to do the best, at least from what I understand about everybody that we've come in contact with, even on the show and outside the show. They're doing what they know how to do. They do it best. I think the only winner out of all of this would be the customer that's eating, man.
Yeah.
We try our best to do what we got to do, whether it's you, us, other business owners. It's all it is, man. Love having everybody on the show here and
giving the best quality product, and like people come into my store and some people say, hey, this is better than SMP, or this is better than that place, and I shut it down. I'm like, nope. Like we're all in this for the same thing, to provide you guys the best quality food we can. We're here to put food on our families' tables and take care of us, and there's enough love to go around for everyone here.
Absolutely.
And especially like, we talked briefly about this right before the show, but it's not like you guys have a Pats and Geno's situation where you're across the street from each other either. I mean, it's like, on a good day, probably a 25-minute ride,
yep.
At least 20. So, yeah, so I think that there's definitely enough for everyone to eat, literally.
Yeah, listen, again, like I said, I mean, the winner always is the customer.
Right.
I mean, everybody does it differently. You can use the same product. Doesn't matter. It's the grill that you're the grill that you're cooking on, the ingredients that you're throwing on there, the seasoning, the onions. It's all different. It's good. I mean, I might one day like my sandwich. Somebody else's sandwich, they might like mine. It's how it is, man. It's like you said, there's a lot to go for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
That's awesome. So, yeah. So if you're out there and you like one more than the other, that's like natural, and that's great. That's fine. But just know that, that doesn't relate to like these guys disliking each other and there being any kind of division
and
there.
Especially now, it seems like the Lehigh Valley is becoming our own little version of Philly. Like there's a lot of new cheesesteaks coming around. Like SMP, you guys definitely in my opinion, brought the cheesesteak to the Valley, and you're getting it recognized around here. And now everyone's branching off and doing their own thing too, in their own creative ways. So it's really cool to see us having our own little Philly up here too.
Yeah, I think, and kind of to add to that, like, it's interesting to me that I don't want to say how many years, I don't know, but for the longest time, like when you thought about a cheesesteak here, it was like that sauce and pickle kind of thing. And it's like, there's still definitely that crowd. That's definitely still a thing. But there is also this like new wave of like, the more Philly style, I guess, cheesesteak also.
And it's also, now you're looking at old school versus new school. Right. Old school, you're getting slabs of ribeye, maybe some cheese whiz and onions all separated. Now the new school way of doing things, that meat's all chopped up and combined with the Cooper and the onion, so it's a nice melty mixture together. You're getting a better bite out of it.
You better be careful what you say, man. They might hear you down in Philly.
Right, right.
You might piss off somebody.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, probably not. From what I understand, they're all just going to start making it the same way anyway. For anyone who doesn't get that reference, go check out Pat's social media.
Yo, stop.
I will not. I absolutely will not. That guy. Anyway, yeah. And even the roll too, like, like seated was not a thing.
Yeah.
Not for the longest time, maybe for hoagies and stuff, but not for a cheesesteak. So like even that was like a whole new, like, and here again, Philly started kind of the wave of the seated roll, and then it rolled into kind of South Jersey over there. And like now that's another thing here. That's like a big thing now. It's cool.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I'm going to roll into this question because I've been wondering this for a while now, especially even just for my own background and stuff. So knowing that you attended culinary school, in case anyone, younger is watching this, or somebody that's even older and just thinking about going to culinary school, has some kind of aspirations of opening a business similar to yours. Do you think that what you gained from school was necessary or like very beneficial for what you're doing now? Or do you think that you could have kind of taken more of a school of hard knocks approach, like worked through the system, dishwasher up and kind of like learned it that way and still had as much success as you've been having?
Yep. So I've met a lot of great people in culinary school, had a lot of great experiences, and I'm still very close with my culinary professors to this day, Chef Susan Roth and Scott Calamar, previous instructors over at Northampton Community College. But he also taught, like Chef Scott Calamar always said, you got to come from the school of hard knocks too. So do I think culinary education is good? Absolutely. There are some benefits to it. But in terms of opening your own business, that all comes down to your drive, your ambition, and how much you can really handle on your plate at one time. Culinary school teaches you methods and techniques and that kind of stuff, which is great, but owning a business is a completely different thing. I think Food Network really has glamorized the industry over the years. And I grew up watching Food Network since 7, 8 years old. Instead of watching cartoons, I was watching Ina Garten, Bobby Flay, Emeril Lagasse, all those guys.
Right.
I loved it. But being in the actual industry is nothing like what they put on TV.
No, well, and I, just from personal experience, I've worked with a lot of people who came right out of school, never worked in a kitchen. Like they went right to culinary school. They're like, this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. Maybe because of that influence of TV, Food Network, whatever. And they got thrown in the fire and they're like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And now they have a degree for something they can't do.
Yep.
So that's part of why I wanted to ask. And then also, like I think we spoke a little bit about it also, but anything relating to, your paperwork and your purchasing and stuff like that, like how much of that are you learning in school or how much of that are you learning on the fly once you're in a kitchen?
Absolutely. You're learning a lot of stuff on the fly. Oh my gosh. Especially when it comes down to permits and health inspections and all that kind of stuff. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the fun stuff.
Yep.
We love the inspections. It's red tape everywhere.
It's part of the game.
Yep. That's it.
It's a terrible game.
Part of the game.
Always got to be ready. That's it.
Yeah, well, and it's never ending. I mean, it's really. I mean, that could be a whole episode in itself. So I won't go too far into that. But yeah, I was curious about that. So I didn't go to school. And I had while I was in the kitchen, I thought a pretty solid, career, if you want to call it. I did a lot of different things, different styles and cuisines and stuff. Different set, like very small mom and pop places to like very large universities and stuff like that. So. And I always wondered that myself too. It was like, had I stopped my path, a couple years in and been like, let me go to school now. And, against what I actually did do, like, which would have been the better path, So, I mean, I guess I can't really ever know now, but yeah, I always wonder that, from people who did go through school and, people who didn't, kind of where they ended up and if they felt like it was worth it or not.
Yeah. What if some of these big prestigious schools, is it really worth it? Because you're putting yourself in a lot of debt right upon graduation for an industry that historically doesn't pay as great as some other industries do. And that's I always tell people, if you really want to succeed in the culinary industry, the only way to do it is becoming your own self-employed business owner.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess it depends. I guess it depends on what your definition of success is, and what you're looking for. Like, I know people that like their goal was to like land in a place where they could just afford what they needed to afford and have like medical.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
And it's like those people, like they're working at a country club, they're perfectly happy.
Yep.
You know, like, but yeah, to do something you like truly enjoy, like you're putting yourself into, I think, at least from what I have seen, I think you're totally right.
Yep. And there's freedoms that come with it, but then also when you're a business owner, it never shuts off. It's 24/7.
You're the guy.
Yeah. Holidays, everything. Even if you're not open to the public, there's still things behind the scenes that are always happening and that you're always working on. Especially myself, I do all my social media. I do everything. So when you see replies or comments on Facebook or Instagram, it's coming right from me, the owner.
Right.
So like going home after a busy day, then having to do all that stuff, it's a lot.
Right. And then even you were saying, you know, you're closed tomorrow, but you have like a full day of prep.
Yep.
So it's like, you know,
yeah,
I don't think people think about that too much.
So Mondays I do my shopping all day. I'm at the Restaurant Depot, Restaurant Store, Sam's Club, Costco, just loading everything up. Tuesdays we're prepping in the store. Wednesdays we put 12, 13-hour day in, getting everything baked off for the week, everything ready, sauces, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things behind the scenes that the public doesn't see, that goes into making this machine run so efficiently when we are open to the public.
Yeah.
But then seeing the payoff and seeing the happy customers and the good reviews, and that makes it all worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always said, not that I would know, I didn't, you know, I wasn't in like the armed forces of any kind, but I almost relate that to like my friends who were in the service would like, you know, say like, talk about like civilians. And it's like, that's almost how I feel about people that don't know what happens in a kitchen. You know what I mean? It's like it's a totally different breed of human that works in a kitchen.
We're a very special breed of people to be doing this stuff. Yep.
We definitely are. Not sure we're in the right state of mind, but we're
that's exactly it. We said earlier, it requires a little bit of psycho. Yeah.
Well,
a little bit. Some more than others. Shut up. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching it. You keep going. Well, that being said, I'll feed off of that there. What was your inspiration to come up with the menu as you have it? I mean, you have a selected limited number of sandwiches. You have some baked goods that you have on there. I guess I think that ties into somewhat the culinary stuff. Is it some stuff that you did learn in the culinary school, or is this stuff that you have love for?
Yep. So Cody's Eats and Sweets itself originated, back in 2022. So I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. And I started the business while working simultaneously with Wegmans. I worked at Wegmans Food Markets for almost 10 years. And my days off from Wegmans were devoted to Cody's Eats and Sweets. I did the farmers markets. I started at the Nazareth Farmers Market, then expanded to Bangor Farmers Market, Easton Farmers Market, Saucon Valley Farmers Market, doing baked goods out of my home. So I was making cookies and cakes and different things.
So sweets.
Yeah,
Okay.
sweets.
Yep.
So it really started Cody's Sweets.
Right.
And then once the storefront opportunity came about, that's when I was able to start introducing the eats into there. And I grew up loving cheesesteaks. My grandma, she used to take me down to Philly just to go. Like, my first cheesesteak was a Pat's cheesesteak. And at that point...
Sorry.
You're going to get yourself in trouble here.
I know. It's bad.
I looked at him before he even said that. I knew I was going there.
It's bad. I'm the worst.
But yeah, so I grew up loving cheesesteaks, and I definitely saw the trends coming, and like I was inspired by some of the best places down in Philly, Angelo's, Del Rossi, some of my favorites. Yeah. So I have Italian heritage from both sides of my family, and my dad's side came from northern Italy. My mom's side came from Naples in southern Italy. So a lot of the menu is Italian inspired, except for the cheesesteak. Well, I got like an Italian tricolor. I got a chicken Caesar on there. I used to do an Italian roast pork. So one of my favorite things is from John's Roast Pork, the Italian roast pork sandwich with the broccoli rabe, the provolone. And unfortunately, it just didn't sell on my menu. That's something that isn't really taking off up here.
It's like Philly specific.
Yeah, but I feel bad because there's a few customers who really love that sandwich, and they'll message me saying, like, when you bring the pork back. But it got
If
to
it doesn't move,
it got to the point where I was selling like 5 pork sandwiches in 4 days.
Yeah, that's not good.
And then I was throwing so much product out. So unfortunately, it didn't take off. That's something that I would definitely like to bring back. But yeah, those Philly delis and pizza places is what like really inspired me too. But the sweets, everything's homemade, 100%. We do that all on Wednesday. So tomorrow we're baking cakes, we're making peanut butter bars, doing cookies, all that kind of stuff.
So, I mean, I think that answers the second part of the question is the need. I mean, it sounds like the need to create your menu was based on your clientele also.
Yeah.
It seems like you added something on that wasn't based on the clientele, didn't really take to it, you disarmed it. Now you're trying to work with the clientele.
Yep. Same thing with the tomato pie. We do homemade tomato pie, and that came from a famous bakery up in Rosetto, Ladani's Bakery. They used to do tomato pie. They were known for it. They shut down back in 2020. And ever since then, there's been that empty void for tomato pie. So when I was doing the farmers markets out of my home kitchen, I started doing the tomato pie. It took off, and that's one of my best sellers at the shop now too.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. I'll feed off of that then. You're in Nazareth. How was it always your goal to open up in Nazareth?
Yes. So I'm born and raised. Born and raised in Nazareth. Graduated from Nazareth High School 2014. So Nazareth is such a
Holy crap.
29 years old.
Wow.
Nazareth is a great community, and the
You
people
graduated
there.
high school when?
2014.
This interview's over.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's young. I mean, I knew you were young, but that's, yeah. Wow.
And that's
It's like a kick in the chest.
I try and encourage other people in my same age group too. Like I'm all about building people up and supporting and encouraging. Like I want to see people be their best too. Like if one of my friends said they wanted to open up their own business, I'd do my best to try and get them to where they want to be too.
So so it sounds like, you just, conversations before you just moved into some place near there and all of that. So you're in Nazareth. That's where your bread and butter.
That's my home base.
That's your home base.
Yeah.
You ever plan on expanding up there?
If I would expand, I would definitely probably not go another brick and mortar route. I would think about mobile.
Like a truck or
Yep,
something.
food
Yeah,
truck.
yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. It seems like a lot of fun being able to go to events and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he definitely has firsthand knowledge about trucks.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
In theory, it's a good idea.
Yeah, in theory, it seems like less.
No, it's fun. They're fun.
Yeah.
It's harder up. I mean, I would imagine it's harder up here. Like if you were in like a more helpful climate, I think you'd get more out of it. Like you know, you would get more of the year at least.
It's fun even when you have the year here. The only downfall to that is the funnest events that you do are the ones where you're at a fair or at whatever it is. But you're never guaranteed a certain number of people due to elements that you have playing a role, whether it's the rain, whether it's other people are going to be there. So sometimes you might go spend all this time and effort that you're doing what you're doing and to get prepped up, and you're out there and you're like, oh man, this ain't worth me coming out here or stopping from the shop or doing what you got to do. Are they fun? Absolutely. I think that's for some of my staff members, that's called a field day.
Yeah.
It's a field day for them. But
And to kind of piggyback off that, that's one of the reasons why I decided to go to the brick and mortar and get away from the farmers markets. The farmers markets are amazing. I loved them. They were such a blessing for me.
hit and miss.
But being exposed to the elements, like there were some weeks where I was hurting because like, especially the winter time. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. You don't know. So the storefront, you're able to get consistent, whether it's snowing out, raining out, whatever.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So we have a viewer question. This is fun. A buddy of mine, Steve-O. It's a good question, too. I think everyone can kind of hit on it. In this current landscape of tariffs and instability and whatever else you would say is going on right now, he said it would be good to know how restaurant owners are faring and how they're handling things from the owner's standpoint rather than what you hear in the media. So I guess the question is really just with food prices, you know, rising and you know, not knowing week to week what the cost of your cases are going to be and stuff like that. Like, kind of how are you fighting back against that?
Chad, I'll let you go first on that one.
Well, you're the guest. Let's go.
It's a tough. I mean, when I first opened, my cheesesteak was priced at $17, and you get 16 ounces of ribeye, nice amount of Cooper cheese, onions, 12-inch corporally seeded roll. Now the cheesesteak is 18 because the ribeye from when I started till now went up, and just because my menu price went up doesn't mean I'm making any extra money off of it. That's barely just covering the increased costs. And yeah, like you said, going week to week, you don't know. So like you check in with the reps, what's the pricing this week? Oh, it might be a little higher. So, but those are things that you absorb. And you can't go changing menu prices every single week.
Right.
But you have to absorb it for a little bit, and then when it seems appropriate, that's when you have to make increases. You see them everywhere.
Yeah, I know one of my clients said that I believe they use Depot, and he said that from week to week, like 2 weeks ago to last week, the case of tomatoes went up $12.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, that's
lettuce is
outrageous.
Romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce is
worse.
terrible.
Lettuce jumps from $20 a case to $80 a case.
It's
Yep.
insane.
And
It's
but
wild.
Romas, I go through about 50 pounds of Roma tomatoes a week, so I go through 2 cases, and that goes into my tomato pie sauce. So one week they might be $15 a case, next week they're $30 a case.
Yeah, it's
you can't go
wild.
changing your prices all the time. So
Right.
that's things we just absorb as business owners. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, not that I
big-
want to give too much away about pricing a menu, but what people that don't know anything about a kitchen don't understand is like you're really only costed for maybe 65% of that already anyway. So if that's jumping 50% of that, it's pretty serious increase.
Yep.
Like, so yeah, that's
And not just food too, like credit card processing fees go
Right.
up all the time.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. And
if you have DoorDash and all that, we were
Yeah.
just talking about that 32% or whatever that DoorDash takes.
yep.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. We I try not to raise anything.
Yeah.
I mean, my prices, I think, couple cents since we opened. I eat everything. I eat it all.
Yeah.
I don't charge credit card processing fees.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
I don't believe in it. We as business owners we choose to take that. So it sucks because it does go up, like you're saying. So all of that plays a role in how much you're making at the end of the day. We don't drop any of the quantities. We don't drop any sizes. In fact, for us, on my sandwich, even if I have a set amount of product that goes into a sandwich, we all know bread from day to day differs based on size, and it's just the way they make it. You
Yeah,
can listen
sometimes
to-
it's just deeper.
yeah,
You know,
you
it's
can deeper. We add meat.
Yep.
And my staff, myself, are all informed.
Yeah,
gotta
because you
add
still
meat.
want it to look good.
You add meat. We
Yeah.
add meat. And if you don't, people say you don't. It's the same amount of meat that's inside of it.
Yep.
I mean, we're still making the same. I lose even on top of that.
Yeah.
But you know what? We choose to do this. So, I mean, we can't, like I said to everybody, I mean, we choose to do it. We got to figure out a way to do it. And
Yeah.
you got to figure out a way how to survive. And you
We
survive
love
the
what
way
we
it
do
is.
so much, and we're so passionate about it that we're looking to just take care of people. Like that's why I love what I do. I love to nourish people. I love knowing that I'm giving them food, and it's giving them nourishment, and it's making them happy.
Happiness.
Yep.
I'd say it to everybody. I mean, when you get to a certain age, not graduating 2004.
14.
14, I'm sorry.
You just made
14.
him 10 years older.
Whatever, man. When you get a little bit older than that, I mean, what do you look forward to? I mean, we go out when you want to go out with someone, you look out for food.
Yep.
Your night out is what? Let's go eat somewhere.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? You go to a new location in the country or outside the country. What are you looking for? You're looking for food. I think food brings people together. I think good food puts a smile on people's faces and it makes people happy. So that's why, in fact, that's why, I mean, my staff and myself and my wife does it with what she bakes in there and how she cooks things. It's all about how much heart you want to put into it. And I think the success of any business is relied heavily on what you pump out. And I think if you didn't care, believe me, people would see that.
Absolutely. You can overanalyze numbers till you're blue in the face, but if your food quality isn't there and your consistency isn't there, there's nothing.
Yeah, I've seen so many places, fall by the wayside for doing that. You know, it's like, they're using this, let's say, high quality bacon, and it goes up, it skyrockets, whatever. And they're like, well, we got to get in that, basic Hatfield lay flat stuff because we got to stay afloat, and it's like people notice that immediately. And now all of a sudden you're not selling breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like,
or even you go somewhere and the portion size is little, like, oh, this had a little bit more meat last time.
Right.
Like, no, that everything's noticed.
people notice that.
Yeah. Yep.
They notice, especially if they're paying the same.
Yeah.
They notice.
Yep.
feeding off of that. That being said, I mean, we all enjoy what we do. We have to enjoy what we do. Like I said, I've said it in previous episodes. I've said it before. Chuck, I've said it before with some guests. If you don't like what you do, don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the day that I say everybody, the day that I don't enjoy what doing, I'm here. I'll hang it up, I'll lock the door, and I'll walk away. However, that being said, how do you handle the hustle and bustle of a business that's has highs and lows days, as everything else does in life, positive and negatives, especially with our businesses, they're highly
Criticized
on social media, I guess is the word. So you're under the microscope a lot more than any other
industry,
yep. Any other establishment, any other franchise. We're under the microscope for everything we do. So I think that's why we take more pride into what we put out there. However, how do you handle the positives, the negatives, the highs and lows?
I must say I'm very blessed with a great support system of people behind me. All the people that I have helping me at the shop, it's all friends and family. We all have a good time at work. It never actually feels like work. We're just spending time together and making food for people and hoping that they're happy.
And you said your grandmother's on the register.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah,
I got my Mimi.
That's awesome.
Mimi's on the register.
That's cool.
76 years old, and she's oh my gosh, she's in
that.
excellent shape. Yep, couldn't do it without them. But yeah, having a great support system behind you, people that truly believe in what you believe in, and they share the mission of the business too. Like everyone who helps me out, they take just as much pride in what they do that I do.
Yeah, that's so hard to find.
Yep. And they know that if we have very similar standards, if I wouldn't put it out, they're the same way. Like they ask me like, oh, what do you think about this? They already know that like it shouldn't go out the door. So nope, throw it out. Yep.
You ever, you know who Gary Vee is?
Yeah. I love Gary Vee.
Vaynerchuk. Okay. So, he said something recently, just scrolling, whatever, I always see his videos. And he said something recently about how, like, if you own a business, you'd be crazy to think that your employees are going to care as much as you because it's yours. Like, it's your business, it's your baby. And he was talking about how he himself specifically finds, like, what makes that person tick. And then he makes that happen for them so that they make his business happen for him.
Yep.
And I was like, that makes sense. You know, like, I know you kind of just said the exact opposite because you already have people that do care as much, but for, people watching or whatever, that maybe work in a business or own a business that don't, that makes total sense to me. Like finding out, this employee, like is really about their family or whatever. All right, maybe we kick them an extra paid day here and there, just to like, go spend time with your kids or whatever,
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that was like a cool concept. Like, I don't know. I mean, people probably talk about stuff like that all the time, but I had seen it and it was like a light bulb moment, I was like, yeah, man, like people should really try to connect with their employees like that. Like,
Yep. Absolutely. Like even after a very busy day, we're all getting slammed. And at the end of the day, it's like we just won the Super Bowl. Like everybody's like, yeah, great. Like everybody's hugging and great time.
That's good. That takes care of the hustle bustle. How about days of positive and negative social media?
Yeah. So
I mean, you're going to see both. You and everybody else, every business is going to see positive and negatives because we all know, sitting at this table, not everybody's taste buds are the same. Not everybody's taste can taste the same thing and enjoy the same thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have positive. But how do you handle when you see, oh man, somebody just tore into us, but I poured my heart into it.
Yep. One of the most defeating feelings is after a busy day when you just slammed out 200 sandwiches in a couple hours and I go home, sit down on the couch with my dinner at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And I open up Facebook and like I see a negative review, whether it's about being sold out of bread or not being open or anything like that. But it's all about how I respond to it. Like I see those comments, and as long as I respond with positivity, professionalism, and kindness, and I try and resolve the situation, then that's all I can do. I'm blessed with a great support system. There's been a couple negative reviews out there, mostly about being sold out or not having what the customer wants when they come in, because sometimes we'll still be open, but like we're just sold out of ribeye, but I have every other menu item available. But to see the love and support that people come to my rescue and defend me in the comments. So it's awesome. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you everyone who shares the love and support. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little earlier too, prior to shooting, just about how like I think you're both kind of blessed in that way that like you have a following where you know, if one person goes on and they're like, oh yeah, I had to wait 40 minutes or whatever, like there'll be like 30 people like,
Yeah,
shut
going
up,
after
you wait
them.
for good food, leave them alone, you know, like that's good that you do have those people that kind of like, it's like people that like, you know, it's new people for me too, but I look, it's never the same, like it's like, you know, you have 100 people, I'm like, who is that? I don't even know that person, but they're like standing up for, you know, this person in this business. Like it's cool that there's people out there like that are like, you know, willing to come to your aid, and like you probably don't even physically know them.
Yep. It's awesome. Like that's fast food establishments. They can mess up and make mistakes all the time, but everybody keeps going back to them. But for small businesses like us, you make one little tiny mistake and you're on the chopping block.
We talked about that, I think, like 2 episodes ago or something. It was that exact thing was like the fact that like if you went through the drive-through and they screwed up, you get home and you're like, oh God, they screwed up again, but they'll be back there next week.
Yep.
They'll be back the same night.
Yeah, maybe.
I
They're
didn't
door
get what I
dashing.
wanted. I'm going to go get it.
Yep.
Yeah. You forgot a ketchup in a packet. Oh man, you forgot ketchup on my sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm never going back there again, and I'm going to go online and tear them apart.
Throw some ketchup on.
Yeah, so we started touching on this. But like, so your reviews, it's very rare I see somebody say that they don't like your food. What I do see is, you know, he ran out of product, he ran out of bread, it's whatever. And it's usually towards the end of your week. Like you have like a 4-day week, right? So it's usually towards that Sunday. You're running out of product.
Yeah, Sundays are always a hit or miss. And I try and tell people that, like, if you really have your heart set on something, please come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Sundays, I wind down the inventory for the week because we're closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we start fresh every week. So once something's out, that's it for the week.
Yeah, so that's what would you know, a lot of people don't know what it's like to, first of all, to work in a kitchen at all, but to work with fresh product, like, you know, like fresh rolls, et cetera. So like what's kind of maybe an explanation or just you know, a message that you'd like to send to the people that, you know, do have those negative feelings about those situations? Yeah,
and I'm so sorry for people that do feel that way sometimes, but it also comes down to limited refrigeration space. Like if you've been in Cody's, we're a small space. I have 2 reach-in refrigerators and 1 reach-in freezer, and they're filled to capacity at all times. Like the freezer, I keep my fries in there, but the fridges are stocked with between raw product, fresh product, cooked product. You need to keep things separate. You can't just have raw meat touching everything else. So to try and keep everything food safety, there's only so much you can do and so much product you can store in there. I'd love to have more space, and same thing when it comes down to rolls too. Like I don't use day old rolls. We get awesome. I think we share the same Corporalese rolls. Mm-hmm. Corporalese is amazing. Shout out to them. But once I'm out of the rolls for the day, that's it. I refuse to use day old rolls. So that's it.
Yeah. And it's the same here. Like, you know, he'll have posts, you know, that go up that are like, you know, yeah, sorry, we're out of rolls for the night. You know, we still have Kaisers, or we still have wraps, or, you know, whatever. But I think that people don't understand, like the jump in quality, if you were to use a frozen roll to what you're using, is astronomical.
Yeah.
So like, if you love what you're getting at these places, call in early, like, or, you know, like just like plan your day so that you're not walking in a place 20 minutes before they close and expecting to get fresh product.
Yep. Especially in today's modern technology, we have online ordering, which makes it so convenient for customers. You go online, place your order, and when you get there, your food's ready for you.
Right, and most of those systems have, like, you know, it could be 3 p.m. You can place it for 6:30.
Yep, yeah.
Like
my orders, they open up at midnight, so people can order at midnight for for that day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's you know, I know. I do it myself. You know, if I'm shooting videos for my own page and it's a place that I can order online, I always do. I usually have a bit of a commute to wherever I go anyway. You know, I travel a lot. So, and it's just, it's not only convenient, but like it's easier for the business. It's easier for you.
I was just going to say it's easier for the employees at the business too.
Right. Cause now you could, you know, you see everything in, I don't want to say in lifetime, but in lifetime really.
Yep.
I mean, and like, I just don't think people understand that about the fact that, like, if you order an extra dozen rolls, like, to some people that's not a big deal, but I mean, like, you just lost a dozen rolls.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's $1 is $1. You know, I mean, dozen rolls far more than $1, but you know what I mean? It's you know, everything adds up. So I always tell, you know, anyone, if I do a little bit of help some businesses that are just starting out with fresh rolls or whatever, and I tell them, run out.
Yeah.
Like run out.
Yep.
Like it's why would you take on that added cost and now you're throwing stuff away, and it's like, you know, it's wasteful all around. Like, run out and explain to people that they have to order earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing with Cody's is we don't have a phone. We don't have a phone line. I did just update it. So before, the phones were just unplugged. So you would just call and it would ring, ring, ring. Now I did change it. So when you call, there is a voicemail that gives all the information. Hey, our hours of operation, we have online order. We don't take orders over the phone. In-person orders may still have a little bit of a wait depending on how many online orders we have for the day. Sometimes we're so backed up with online orders that, unfortunately, if someone comes in person and they didn't pre-order online, there could be a 45 to an hour wait some days. Right. And we hate to do that, but it's just the way there is because we can only fit so much ribeye on the grill at a time.
All right. And if you have these online orders that are set for specific times, that's when you have to have them out.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, it makes a lot of sense to just go online. And
order. Yep.
Fun.
Fun's a word.
Fun.
That's a word.
It's fun.
I don't know if that's the word I'd use, but it's a word.
Like, Chad, do you guys have someone just glued on the phone? I'm sure.
2
phones, one phone registers in-house. Yeah. And then, I mean, when you're on the phone and you're taking orders and somebody calls and they get a busy tone, they go on Facebook saying, we can't get a hold of you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And that's the thing too. Like, again, I do everything on the social media aspect of it too. So if I get Facebook messages throughout the day, like throughout the business day, they're not getting replied to until at night because I'm busy making cheesesteaks all day.
Yeah, we see them. My wife deals with my social media. I'm not going on that stuff.
Yeah, you're lucky.
I'm not going on it. It's not for me.
Yep.
It's not for me. I stalk it.
Yeah.
I mean, I stalk my pages and watch them, but I'll get the messages. They'll say right on my phone. I'll text her, hey, listen, you want to respond back to this person on Facebook and all of that. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I would rather not have the phone line and just, instead of having someone glued on that, we give our energy to the people that are coming in the store and give them 100%.
It's so funny how the whole landscape of this has changed. Like since social media became bigger. Yeah, because. Not that anything was any easier, I don't think, but this wasn't a concern 10, 15 years ago. You know, even when social media existed, like in the early stages, and it wasn't like it is now. And I say it all the time too, and maybe part of it's just me being a little, what's the word? Salty or petty or something. But everyone who owns a phone is a food reviewer these days. Yep. So it's like there's 35 people outside the building filming themselves and stuff, and you're like, what's happening? So good or bad, you're going to have a whole lot of stuff to read and view later. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. That being said, we'll go on to some happy times. Super Bowl. Your first Super Bowl in the business.
Yep.
First Super Bowl. How was it? Fun?
First Super Bowl.
And it'll be my last.
No. Incredibly blessed. That's for sure. Much love to Corporally's, but my bread, we opened up at 1 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. My bread arrived to my store at 12:50 p.m.
You got it.
We got it. 10 minutes before opening.
You got it.
I had my grandma.
Look at the camera there and thank Corporally's.
Thank you, Corporally's. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Mike. You guys are awesome.
That's great.
I had my grandmother, my Mimi, driving down to the restaurant depot to try and find any kind of bread she could because I could not let all these people down on Super Bowl Sunday. But thank God that bread. So she pulled into the restaurant depot parking lot.
You probably would have let them down if you put it on there.
I told them that.
She pulled into Restaurant Depot, and as soon as she pulled in, my bread guy, he texted me, said, we'll be there in 10 minutes. So I said, just come back. We don't need it. Yep. But yeah.
You should keep those rolls on hand for the people that complain that you run out of stuff, and then you should serve them that sandwich on that roll and be like, this is why we run out.
Yeah. With a disclaimer on it.
This is not our actual sandwich. Yep. Call earlier if you want our actual sandwich.
But yeah, Super Bowl was crazy. It was, we had a limited menu. I just did ribeye cheesesteaks and fries, and then I had pre-orders for chicken wings, cheesesteak empanadas, buffalo chicken egg rolls. Right. That was, again, I know what to do next year. I know what not to do next year. We opened up at 1 o'clock.
It won't be the same.
We opened up at 1 o'clock, and I still had my employees assembling wing trays in the front of the store with a line out the door of people waiting to come in for their orders.
It won't be the same.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could plan for. Last year the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. You could clearly tell that there were bigger.
But they
groups.
weren't this year.
They were bigger groups together. So the orders were a lot bigger, catering orders. This year the orders were smaller but more.
Yeah.
So you can't. There's no way. Last year there was more wings that were sold. This year was more sandwiches. So there's no way. There's no way to.
That's funny you said that because I was noticing I was expecting bigger tickets, but it was like 2 or 3 cheesesteaks.
It's the
It was like
parties-
less parties and
the
more people
parties
just
were
watching.
smaller.
The game.
Yeah.
Parties were smaller this year. I think last year was just because.
Yeah, because when the Eagles are in it, everyone wants to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see based on who's playing and how the proximity to where you are location wise here, you'll see a difference in we've seen it over the last 3 years. First Super Bowl, playoff games, even playoff games. Soon as the game, you hear about the game, right before the game, we were getting slammed with cheesesteaks. Halftime rolls around, done.
Yep.
Done. Like you'll see differences. So
That's one thing I noticed during like the playoffs, like Sundays. You could be like once the game starts, you're done. That's it.
Sundays, if the game is at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, all about the timing too.
If the game is at 1 o'clock, you're
Getting
gonna get
slammed
hit
right off the
before.
bat.
If the game is at 4 o'clock, then people are going to start to call you at 3, and we close at 3.
Yep.
So for us, at least, so you'll see trends based on what you're seeing out there. I think it's across the board. Just everybody eats the same way. I mean, we'd be the same thing. I'd be doing the same thing that the customers are doing. So, but yeah, you'll learn from it. You'll learn what you're gonna need to stock up on. But I don't think you're gonna really understand exactly what you're gonna sell that day.
Yeah.
From year to year.
But yeah, Super Bowl, the bread was definitely the most terrifying issue that day. I was like, I cannot let all these people down on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's going down to the wire.
But it got there.
That is real tight.
I was going to offer you some. I don't even know what the hell we got that day either. So yeah.
Yep.
So when is your year? Like when is your official year?
June
open?
28th. Yep. So June 28th this year will be 1 year in business. It's been a blessing. Like before we started opening to the public, I thought, okay, maybe like after 6 months we'll start to slow down a little bit. It gets busier.
Yeah.
As word gets out and as more people try it, it just gets busier and busier. So it's a blessing.
That's great.
Yeah. You guys are all awesome.
No, that's what you need too. Is like that's the whole reason for like you're the one in the mix the whole time. So that's like everything is uniform. So it's like people notice that.
You come in, you see me on the grill. I'm doing all the cheesesteaks. Those are my babies, and
well, that's like we were supposed to start recording this half hour soon.
yeah, yep.
Talking to me. You're talking to me.
But it's same thing though. It's like when you're starting to get a little bit weeded there, you jump in and you whatever. Like
you can never let the customer down, no matter what you're doing. If you're there,
yeah.
I don't care what it is. I don't care who's around me. I mean, my family, everyone around me knows when I'm zoned in working. That's it. There's something really going on. So. For me personally, once I see the tickets start to line up or see times, that's it. You gotta get the product out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
So that's why Chuck's seen me all the time. I'll jump on. We'll be talking in the middle of conversation.
Can't just walks away.
out.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Like so about that. Oh, okay. See you.
Yeah. No, the customer's a priority. The customers are the one who put the bread and butter on our tables. They're the reason that we're still doing what we're doing, and we owe it all to them. You guys are awesome.
Yep.
Not you.
No, I'm not a customer. Customer. Speaking of, I got to come over.
Yeah. I know the schedule's definitely a little tight, being open Thursday through Sunday.
It's not even. It's just the way my schedule runs. It's like I'm always down this way the beginning part of the week.
Yep.
So like it screws me all up. So I'll have to figure out a day. If I get out of the house early enough next week, because I'm going to be here Thursday next week. If I get out early enough, I can stop by on the way through.
Absolutely.
I'll bring you one.
I'll see him. I'm gonna swing by. I'll walk into his kitchen and start cooking on his grill. Or something.
He does that.
Sort of. I did that.
We have videos from Van Horn's. Like we went down to see.
Yeah.
We went down to see him after the episode just to hang out and get some food and hang out, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like in the
I
back.
said,
Like,
Mark,
whoa,
I said, Mark, I'm going on your grill. He goes, see you.
Yeah.
So I went out and made my own cheesesteak in the back. Mark's a good guy. He's a very good guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Listen, like I said, I met Mark here on the show, but just like this, we build relationships. I don't care what the hell you do. He does cheesesteaks. We do cheesesteaks. We're somewhere. Build a great relationship. We ended up going down there. It was awesome.
Yeah, he has a cool little spot.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's like Van Horn Steaks, but he has some he's like a chef. So he has
he's a full menu.
a full
menu. His menu, honestly, in his shop is almost looks like the size of yours based on the pictures, but he does does a full.
It's wild.
Like, he does like restaurant style food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just sandwiches.
Yeah, no, he has a bunch of stuff.
Everything.
He brought up.
Gumbo.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
gonna say he brought up some stuff when he was on the show, like just like it was like firecracker shrimp and rice and stuff like that. It was like it was cool.
I think he was focusing on cheesesteaks, but he's doing very well. Sounds like on the other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He just now that's his.
Yeah, well
Looks like he shifted a little.
now that I started talking about it, I'm not gonna forget the name, or I'm gonna forget the name. It's gonna make me look stupid. But I had a chicken sandwich, chicken cheesesteak down there. It was fantastic.
Blackened.
Black. That's what it was.
Oh,
The blackened
man.
chicken cheesesteak.
Oh,
Oh, it was so good.
Yep.
Oh, it was really good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah, like I love doing this with you guys. It shows that there doesn't have to be. There's no tension like there is on
There
Facebook.
shouldn't be.
Yeah, we love and support each other. We're all in this for the same thing. If Chad needed anything, I'd do anything to help him out, and I'm sure he'd do the same for me too. Like we're all in this with the same mission.
Yeah. You're right, man. For what's the purpose if we're gonna sit here and
Yeah.
battle each other? To
Yep.
hell with that.
Yep.
Life's too short.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
I got time for
We're,
that.
we're tired enough after working long days. No, we can't.
Like I said,
Yeah, hold up a hanger for nothing
Yep.
about
I got-
the internet.
And if you go on the internet
Yeah,
to,
right.
to fight another person, get the hell out of here.
Yep.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, and like we said in the beginning, I don't even think that that's anyone's intention. It just ends up looking that way after. It's like so many people argue with each other that it almost looks like it's you two arguing with each
Yep.
other. You know what I mean? It's like
And,
it's
and
wild.
I go on Facebook, and I would say,
But not to cut you off, but there are individuals and business owners that utilize that to feed their anger. At
Yeah,
the other
well,
person.
I mean,
Yes.
and yeah, and
I mean, you got to be.
Unfortunately,
you just
that's
gotta be
true.
in a different state of mind. You know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
yep, it's all about your mindset. What was I going to say right there?
I don't know, but I would assume.
Oh,
okay.
So every day, I feel like I go on Facebook and there's someone saying, "Where's the best cheesesteak in Lehigh Valley?"
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's a post that I see every single day, and then I see that I'm like, "Here we go, here we go, here come the battles."
Yeah, but that's kind of what I mean. Is like
there's no reason.
It,
There's
it,
no
it always
reason.
does end up a conversation, and I consider that a good sign because that means that there's enough really good ones out there that there's an argument.
Yeah,
you know,
yep.
like, but like the fact that like people get so upset about that, and like like now there's like intra business fighting going on, and so it's like so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, especially like we talked about it earlier, like the distance between some of the shops that like do or don't get upset about the stuff. Like you're not on each other's doorstep.
Yep.
Like it actually would make far more sense for you to get along than it would for you to argue about
Yeah,
it.
no,
Yeah.
I mean, if he was on the same doorstep, I have to do something different.
Take them out back. Concrete boots.
Cody, get a group of guys, buddy.
You got to come in like snapping.
Let's go. Let's go.
Actually, you'd go to jail. He's like 12.
Not even fucking touching that one. Oh.
Abusing a minor. Unreal.
Move on to the next question already.
There is no next thing. We're done.
Oh, that's right.
Now we're just talking.
That's right.
Now we're just having a good time.
Again.
This is what happens when you let me have a good time.
Holy shit. This is what it's supposed to be. What it's supposed to be. Oh, man.
But
Yeah.
no, seriously, thank you so much, guys, for having me down here.
No, thanks for coming.
Truly a pleasure. Yeah. Yep.
It's been a lot
Chuck,
of fun.
I've seen your videos. I've been following you on Facebook and
That's
Instagram
cool.
for a long
That's
time.
awesome.
So finally getting to meet you in person is awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
And like I said, I really want to get in. I just have to figure out. Like I said, if I can get out, I think I can get there next week. Well, we'll talk, but I'm pretty sure I can get there next week. It's been forever that 8 months. I guess not forever. I know exactly how long now, but yeah, it's there's a lot of buzz, which is good. That's great. It's great that it's been that long of that much buzz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
been a blessing.
it's
like-
awesome.
Self-reflecting. You don't think what you're doing is really that important or that big until you hear it from other people, and then you see the buzz. Like when I'm just making cheesesteaks, and I'm just trying to make people happy with good food. And then you go online and you see the feedback, and you're like, wow, like this. And people come in and they're like, Cody, thank you so much for coming to Nazareth. Thank you for being a part of the community. And like, to me, it doesn't feel like that big, but then seeing how other people feel about it makes it truly worth it. And I love you guys so much. Customers, community, Nazareth, the whole Lehigh Valley. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't thank you enough for all the love and support so far.
And that's got to be even cooler because that is your hometown.
Yep. Yeah.
So like I mean, I think that would be cool anywhere. But
And
like
to
the fact
see
that that is your hometown is
My
like
Cody's
pretty
Eats and
awesome.
Sweets started just right up the block at the Nazareth Circle, and now to
Right.
have a brick and mortar right down the street on Main Street in Nazareth,
Yeah, that's
it's
very
so
cool.
special.
That's very cool.
Yep.
All right, I want to go home. I think I've had enough.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Boy.
End episode.